My relationship with my mother before she was incarcerated kind of felt more like I was the mom and she was the daughter. I was sitting at the table, she made me bacon and eggs, which was really weird because my mom never cooked for me. And I was late to school and she, for the first time ever, like the whole morning was weird for me. She stood in the door, she's like, "I love you, have a good day." I was like, "Yeah, I love you too," because that wasn't our thing, we never did that. And so that whole morning felt weird, almost as if like my mom knew something was gonna happen. I was at school in my second period class, and my neighbors came to my school to tell me that my mom had been arrested and our house had been raided. So I went home to an empty raided house with nowhere to go. So I actually spent my first night at a park by my house. It was very evident that there was a child living in that house. Like I had Barbie dolls galore, like everywhere. There was 2 rooms and nobody came looking for me. But I also learned a lot about my mom in that process because I also had to go to her room and I got to see the things that she did behind closed doors. I didn't talk about it till I was 19. That was the first time I ever out loud said like, my mom's in prison. We get different looks. We can feel the switch in the way that people act towards us. I don't want that judgment, and because I'm not her, I didn't do what she did. And so I think my biggest message to children who have had or currently have a parent that's incarcerated, again, you're not alone, and that there are resources out there and that there are people out there who want to hear you and want you to speak up. She was released in the middle of the night. I was 21 and the last time that she had really seen me and had like an actual conversation with me in person, I was in the 6th grade. And so we had to really go through a point where I had to ask her, like, can I take off my daughter hat and can you take off your mother hat and can we talk as women? Because I needed her to be able to understand and see me as the adult that I had grown into. But it was hard because my mom came out and continued to use. I don't think incarceration was the answer. My mom needed mental health support because of her being on drugs and because of her mental illnesses, and if her as a person would have been evaluated, she would have been put in a rehab center or a facility that would have benefited her, and I'd probably still have my mom. My mom passed away in August of 2015. When my mom was in prison, she spent about 4 years in the medical facility. And so for my mom to be in a medical facility, supposed to be getting care for that, and then come home, and then that's still what kills her, what were they doing? I think having my mom incarcerated and going through that experience has everything to do with who I am today. One of the biggest things that it introduced me to this world of social justice. So like being able to go out and make change and be active and really also work with young people who have been through the same experience. We have to be at the forefront of this. We have to be the ones telling people, like, when you lock up our parents, it's also us. They have to hear us because this is our life also.